What's up everyone, welcome back. So last night I got to watch episode 4 of The Acolyte, and I realised as soon as I started watching it that I just had this feeling that was a sad feeling that I completely have lost excitement for the show. And that's because episode 3 I think just destroyed my excitement for this show, which is a shame because before the show even came out, I was looking forward to it. I thought the trailers did a good job to sort of give us some excitement there. I was looking forward to it personally myself. Episode 1 and 2 weren't the worst. They weren't great, but it was enough there to keep my interest. Episode 3, I think, it just completely destroyed that. It was just so bad. So going into this, I just wasn't really excited. But there is a new feeling that I have, which I didn't have before, and it's like this excitement to see how bad it's going to get. It was almost like I was looking forward to seeing what was gonna happen that would destroy it even further. And this episode was a lot better, I would say, than episode 3, but that's not hard. But again, this episode just didn't really do anything. There were some things in this episode that I would say could have been exciting, but they weren't done well. They just weren't. I just don't think the show is written well at all. I don't think the writing's good at all. I don't think the people behind it really know what they're doing. It doesn't feel like, I don't know, it doesn't really feel like Star Wars. Even though some parts do, it just doesn't feel like Star Wars, and the writing's just really not, I just don't think it's that good at all. So, yeah, let's get into this episode because there is some things that I thought were, like, really stupid. So this whole episode is basically just the Jedi walking through a jungle to go and try and find Kalnaka, whilst at the same time May is doing the exact same thing but with the potion guy. They're trying to find Kalnaka to kill him. And that's basically the episode. It doesn't really do anything else than that. It's basically just the mission on both sides to try and find Kalnaka and also, once again, to find May. So, the Jedi are trying to find Kalnaka. They have a new character who is introduced, who's like some weird little squirrel mole character, which I thought was a cool design. I quite like the look of him. Well, I say him, and this is the thing I was going to get to, is now we have pronouns in Star Wars. What the fuck is going on? When I actually heard Osha say the pronoun, she called him they. She said, what's his name, or who is he, or they? I was like, are you serious? Wait, did she actually say that? And I skipped it back. I said, nah, she couldn't have said that. It's Star Wars. They're not doing that, are they? Went back. Yeah, we've now got pronouns in Star Wars. Fucking hell. I don't know. Like, I don't know why. I don't know why you want to bring that into Star Wars. Like, it's a thing we have in the real world that has so many opinions around that whole thing. You know, it's like, just why would you want to introduce that into Star Wars? Like, Star Wars is a made-up universe created by George Lucas. None of that has been ever part of Star Wars. I don't know why people feel like they have to try and modernize it so much to the point where it's like, now we're calling little squirrel characters they, instead of giving him a him or a her or a name. It's just a they. It's like, it's really weird. Anyway, so we get introduced to a new character, and he is like the character that can like smell Kalnaka's scent to help the Jedi find where Kalnaka's living. So the Jedi go on a little mission to go try find Kalnaka, whilst at the same time May is doing the exact same thing. Then we get to the thing that I thought was so stupid and just really badly written, and it doesn't make sense. So as May and this potion guy are walking through the jungle, May starts to get tired and exhausted. I mean, no wonder. She's in a jungle and she's in fucking full-on, like, armor or whatever she's wearing, like leather chest piece. It looks like she's got chainmail on her and stuff. Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't wear that to the jungle. But anyway, so she's absolutely shattered at one point. She needs some water. She sits down on this rock. They have a break. And then, I can't remember for whatever reason, but they get split up. And the potion guy's left on his own. And May, I can't remember if May's on her own and he wanders off. Either way, they're split up. May then screams to catch the attention from the potion guy. He runs over. May's set up a trap. Gets strung up by a tree upside down. And then all of a sudden, out of nowhere, May has now decided that she's no longer on the dark side. Don't get it. Like, literally out of nowhere, I don't know what it was. Maybe it was the water she drank. Maybe the water just refreshed her soul. And now she realizes, hang on a minute, this vengeance quest that I've been on for the past 16 years to kill all the Jedi that's murdered all my family, maybe. I mean, I'm guessing the Jedi did that, but we'll find out later in the show, I hope. But let's just go along with that. May's basically on this vengeance quest for 16 years to kill all these Jedi. She's already killed 2. We've clearly seen that when she was younger, she was a bad person. She's got badness in her. She was torturing little animals. She was like, had a dark side. She wanted to murder her sister. She was evil from the get-go. She's murdered these 2 Jedi. She's basically a murderer. And out of nowhere, because of heat exhaustion and fucking pure spring water, she somehow just goes, do you know what? I don't need to do this vengeance quest anymore. I don't even know why I'm doing it. All I need to do is just be on my sister's side, because that's the most important thing, even though she just trekked through a jungle for God knows how long, absolutely exhausted to go and murder another Jedi, and somehow she came to this realization. I don't know how she got to that point. It's not explained. It's not written well at all. The delivery on it was like, what? How have you got to that realization? I don't know. Oh God, this show, man, it's just like, I don't understand the writing behind it. I don't understand the writers. It's like, are you not thinking about what's happening with these characters in these moments? Do you know what I mean? It's like, you would surely, something would have to give her that realization. I'm sure that there is a reason, but they don't write it well enough, or they don't direct it well enough to help the audience understand. It's like, where's that come from? It's really bizarre. But Osha's now suddenly decided she's not evil anymore. She doesn't want to kill these Jedi, and she wants to hand herself into the Jedi and not kill anymore. She eventually finds Cal Naka's cabin in the woods. The little squirrel character screams because he spots her. Then all the Jedi get alerted. They run over to Cal Naka's place. May runs inside. And then another thing that I thought was just a letdown as well was that we see Cal Naka just dead. He's just sat there and he's dead. Oh God, it was a character that I was looking forward to seeing more of. Yeah, the fact that he's just dead now is like, oh, for God's sake, it's another thing of the show that's made me less interested, because I was looking forward to seeing more of Cal Naka. I've never seen a Jedi Wookiee, so that's that gone. So the mate is looking through the cabin. All the Jedi are shouting for it to come outside, and then they hear something in the jungle behind them. They turn around, and we see this weird floating figure just land behind Osha, which then reveals it to be this Slipknot-looking Sith Lord thing, which I still don't know. We still have no idea what that is. That's one thing I'm looking forward to seeing, is like what the reveal is going to be. Why can he fly? I say he because I think it's the potion guy. I had a feeling in this episode that it probably is him, just because, like, why is the potion guy so invested in May's vengeance quest? Like, why is he helping her? Why is he there? Why does he care so much? Like, why is he so interested in all of this? It doesn't really make sense yet, so I think it could be him. I think that would be a really bad reveal if it is him. I'd be like, oh, great. I don't want it to be him, but I think it could be. Or it could be one of the witches have survived. But, you know, we have heard the voice of this character, which sounded like a man, but in the show it could be anyone. So, yeah, that's a reveal that I'm looking forward to seeing, I guess. I do like the look of him. I think he looks pretty cool. I like the sort of evil Slipknot looking I love Slipknot, so it just reminds me of them, and I like that. And I like that he's really powerful, but then at the same time, it's like, well, how does no one know about this? Because the Jedi Council would surely know that there's like a really powerful Sith out there, but yeah, there's still loads of question marks over all this. Then we get this standoff between the Jedi and this character. All the Jedi take the lightsabers out and charge towards him, and then this character, the Sith guy, does this huge force push and pushes all the Jedi away, and then it ends. And once again, I just felt like it was like anticlimax. Again, the show feels like they tried to end on these episodes that they're trying to leave it on a cliffhanger to make you excited, but it just doesn't ever, I don't feel like they execute it well enough. It never delivers well enough. I just always feel like as you're about to get excited, it just ends really short, and it's like, oh, for God's sake, right, okay, that's it then. It just never makes me feel like, oh, I can't wait to see what happens next. I just always feel a bit like, oh, was that it? Fuck's sake, all right, well, okay. I just don't think it's done well enough to just keep the excitement going. And that's a shame. So yeah, this episode didn't really do much. Nothing really happened. It didn't really go anywhere. But we got some reveals. May has now suddenly turned good for some reason. We have no idea why. We did get the reveal of this Sith character, and we did see him fly. So that is like an interesting thing to sort of theorize over and think about. We do have this scroll guy who's now got pronouns. Star Wars now has pronouns. So even though we didn't get a lot, we got quite a lot as well. It was a weird episode, but for me, it was pretty much just an average episode. So I would give it a 5 out of 10. So that's my review. I'd love to know what you guys think. Let me know down below in the comments. Did you enjoy this episode? Did you not? Do you think it's better than episode 3? Are you enjoying the Acolyte? I'd love to know your thoughts. Drop me a like if you enjoyed this video. Hit subscribe if you're new here and you want to see more videos. And yeah, thanks again for watching, guys. I'll see you all on the next one.